Good morning. Feeling strange to be back on after such a long time. Good morning. Thought I'd just open this up with a word and then we will finally talk about the ascension. And I waited, I was going to do just them consecutively, but it just happened this way. So I waited, and it's similar to how Jesus waited before he ascended. He spent some time actually in the surrounding communities, in the surrounding towns for weeks, maybe a month, maybe, and then he ascended after he was risen from the dead. So the timeline kind of makes sense. It was accidental, but this is that. But let's go ahead and open with a message, and then we'll see if I have time before my shift, if I can get in the ascension. But if not, we'll go ahead and talk about it later. Let's see. I mean, it's been a while. I tried to come on, and it just did not work with the internet, so it's probably for the best, because I was definitely feeling some type of way saying my words. But let's begin. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. And right in the middle. Okay. This is the night journey. Surah 17, section 9, line 78. Let's go ahead, notate, and then read it out. Section 9, line 78. It says, establish regular prayers at the sun's decline till the darkness of the night, and the morning prayer and reading. For the prayer and reading in the morning carry their testimony. So this is good. This is very nice. Establish regular prayers at the sun's decline to the darkness of the night. In the morning prayer and reading. For the prayer and reading in the morning carry their testimony. Okay, so this is congruent, the fact that I'm reading it in the morning. I usually read at night, but I think this makes a lot of sense. Doing something to set the tone for the day. Sometimes I'll come on in the morning, but oftentimes more time is available in the evening or the latter. But it could be more time in the morning, so maybe we can switch it up and do morning readings instead of evening readings. And the established regular prayers, I've talked about this a lot, how important it is. I know sometimes it's hard in the evening. You have dinner, you have your family, you have your quality time. But even if it's just a minute or 30 seconds or however long you want to spend, usually one prayer around dusk, sunset, and then another prayer once it's dark. I think it just is a really nice way to alleviate any of the pressures and stresses from the day. Just setting literally just a little bit of time aside, pausing whatever you're doing. I mean, I've found myself really in the middle of dinner a lot of times, or as I'm cooking, or doing something in the evening, wrapping up for the day, just taking a pause, taking a beat, and just a simple prayer. You don't have to come up with new words every evening, because your emotion that you're feeling in the prayer, if you're saying the Our Father or something, that emotion will come through. It's not only, you don't have to explain everything or, spend an hour communicating and talking with God. Sometimes it's necessary, but if it's, oftentimes your feelings and your emotions from the day will carry into that and resolve whatever needs to be resolved. So yes, it doesn't have to be too creative. You don't have to be super I don't want to say thoughtful, but you don't have to be thoughtless, but you don't have to put a lot of thinking into your prayers. They can be very, very simple. It's just all about taking that time, resetting yourself, and readjusting for the evening. And then, of course, this is very important in the morning as well, usually before daylight, and then as soon as the sun rises in the morning. So I'll try to do this. I'll wake up, and I imagine myself starting the prayer, but I know I will drift right back asleep, especially for that early morning prayer. It's difficult, but it is just, a good way to set kind of your circadian rhythm and, adjust yourself to waking up in the morning so you feel restful. Oftentimes depends on how much sleep you get the night before, but it's a good practice. I think it definitely improves just the overall sway of the day, the overall sway of the evening, your sleep. If you aren't a meditator, if it's difficult for you to just sit somewhere for 5-10 minutes to an hour, if that's difficult for you, this is a good option. This is just a very quick and rapid way to really just give your stress to God. Just give your stress and give your worries and give everything to God. Reset yourself. It's a very good way of doing that. Of course, breath work and everything like that is another method that just takes more time and more physical activity. So maybe those like me who are just more relaxed and like more, just looking for a simple way. I don't want to say a quick fix, because it does take practice and to remember and everything like that, but it's more simplified. You don't have to go into all of this stuff, right? Just simple 30 seconds to a minute pause multiple times a day will just help you stay on track and remain focused on what is important. Especially as we go through the holiday season and everything, it's just good to maybe get into this mindset. Yeah, that's a good, kind message for the morning. And I would love to get into the ascension. I have about 30 minutes. I don't think it'll take too long. I'm going to skip the quote, or maybe I'll just read the quote that I read last time, because it's a good one, and the other one's kind of more for the next step. So let's see if I can go ahead and do that. I think I have my document. Yeah, let's get it done. Then I'll get into my work day. But all right, I'll be back.